Here's a short explanation of the party game Bad People. Let's start with some basics. The game from DYCE is for 3 to 10 players ages 17 and up. The average game time is about 20 to 60 minutes, with the objective of the game to be the first player to score 7 points. Here's what's in the box. Scorecard and a pencil, the white cards, which are the cards that have questions on them, the gray cards, these are the player's identity cards, the black cards, these are the player's voting cards, and the green cards, these are the double down cards. To set up, first, each player must choose their identity card. They place this card face up in front of themselves. This is how other players will identify them during the voting process. Next, based on the amount of people who are playing, each player should receive one of each player's, including themselves, voting cards. Each player should also receive one of the green double down cards. Write each player's name down on the scorecard. Shuffle the white question cards. One person is selected to be the dictator. The instructions say it should be the last person to arrive to the game, but feel free to choose who you wish. The dictator draws one of the white cards from the pile and proceeds to read the question aloud for all to hear. Then, they place that card face up on the table. Now the dictator looks through their voting cards to choose the person playing who they feel is the most correct answer. The dictator makes their selection and places that person's card face down in front of them so that none of the other players can see who they selected. The only rule for this is that the dictator cannot vote for themselves. Now the other players will follow the same way, only they will choose who they think the dictator chose as their answer. They then place their voting card face down so that none of the other players can see who they voted for. Once all players have voted, starting with the player to the right of the dictator reveals their selection. At this point in the game, people are usually having to defend their answers to other players, which is where the real fun is. Once all players have revealed their answer, the dictator finally reveals their vote. Each player who has the same answer as the dictator will receive 1 point for the round. If no one has voted with the dictator, the most popular vote becomes the right answer, and those players will get the point. Once the round is completed, the next player becomes the dictator, and play continues in the same way. Players cannot score a point when it is their turn to be the dictator. The first player to get to 7 points is the winner of the game. If a player is very confident of their selection during the voting process, they can choose to put down their double down card along with their vote. If they are correct, they will receive 2 points. If they are incorrect, they get nothing, and they lose their double down card for the rest of the game. These are just some of the basics, but feel free to add your own rules. One of my personal favorites is that a player must take a drink every time someone votes for them. It's a fun party game that could possibly lead to some heated discussions. But now you know the basics, so let's play.